Alright, dupes, let's get to work. We have 4 things that we need to accomplish. We need to build a power supply, a research station, we need to figure out where our oxygen is going to come from, and we need to build ourselves barracks, a latrine, and a great hall. I'll put the manual generators over here on the right. Ideally, I'd like to put the research station immediately adjacent to the printing pod, but I can't because the ration box is already there, and I can't move the ration box until I research the ration box so I can build a replacement. I guess I'll put the oxygen diffuser here. Although, I have some oxalite. Suppose I could just rely on that for a little bit longer. We'll dig out this piece here, see how long that lasts. This is going to be our latrine. So if I had to describe my playstyle in one word, I would use the word pokey. I'm sort of a slow player. Like, I don't take on large numbers of dupes, I don't dig out the entire map, I don't rush my way through the tech tree. I just kind of build out my colony at my own slow, pokey pace. I guess I'll pick the shine bugs. I don't want any dupes yet. I'll create a storage bin here for the shine bug eggs. I don't want them spawning next to the beds. I got one Draco here. And another one here. That's great. That means I have early access to reed fiber and plastic. Getting back to the topic of my personal playstyle. There's sort of a weird side effect to being pokey or slow. I'm sort of ashamed to admit this. You know, I feel like maybe, what am I doing? Streaming and recording playthrough videos when I've never completed the base game. That's right, I've never built a hydrogen rocket. I've never even researched one. And of course, because of that, I've never been to the temporal tear. You know, I don't know really why I've never done those things. It's not that they're necessarily hard or that I'm intimidated by them. It's just that, like, what I want to get out of Oni is not to complete a bunch of achievements. I like to build things. I like to build colonies. I like to sort of organize them and try new ideas and try to sort of improve on old ideas and make them better, or discover that they suck and abandon them completely. You know, that's what I like doing. I like designing and building. Alright, I'll put the batteries right here. Playstyle-wise, I like to keep the average priority of everything at around 5. You know, important buildings I'll set up to 6. But if I get into a state where I'm having to set priorities to 7 or 8 to get things done, that tells me that I've done a bad job of designing the base, or that I need more dupes. I'll select the water and then the sand. Go ahead and drop the shine bug eggs. Stop running! Stop running, dupes! Batteries aren't ready yet. Okay, now you can start running. Alright, let's research that ration box. This bristle blossom is close to being ready to harvest. I'll go ahead and keep it and see if I can get some extra food out of it. With respect to not digging up the map, or digging up as little of the map as possible. It's not because I am trying to improve performance by leaving the map intact. I know that's a thing. No, I leave the map as intact as I can because I like the way it looks. I like the aesthetic appeal of how my base visually appears to me when it's sort of intermixed with remnants of the old biome. You know, it's kind of the same reason that I try to keep the critters and the plants around for as long as I can. I think they look cool, I think they add appeal to the base. Eventually I'll get rid of them because they start to cause problems, you know, polluted oxygen, and the dupes are spending too much time picking up all the stuff they drop. Alright, research is done. I'll go ahead and switch these around now. I have noticed in the DLC that I'm digging out more of the map than I'm used to. Not so much the starter planetoid, because it's still pretty big, but the next two, and presumably the others, because I hear they're smaller, yeah, I've had to dig out a much larger percentage of the map than I'm used to. There's just not quite as much space. Okay, this is going to be my Great Hall, once it's all dug out and has a ceiling. And honestly, you know, I just don't really see the utility in digging up the map. I've never felt so constrained on materials, or any specific material, that I've felt like I need to dig up a large chunk of the map in order to get those materials out. But I also have rarely gone big on ranching hatches, and that might be part of it. Oh, there's that cool steam vent. Not too hot yet, although that'll change pretty fast. There's the teleporters. Let's get the priority of these set higher. Okay, wash basins. And Casitas de Caca. Oh no, someone's trapped. Oh, poor dupe. Alright, just destroy the thing you're standing on, you'll fall to safety. Oh, okay, destroy everything else too. Duplicants. I'm gonna need somewhere to put the polluted water created by the wash basins. I'm gonna go ahead and dig myself a sump here. Alright, we want to set these wash basins so that the duplicants only wash their hands when they're leaving the latrine. Nutrient bars. More food is always good. We don't need these outhouses anymore. Not as far along as the other one. Might as well let it grow. I think there's a hatch wrapped in this tile. Oh, no, it's just burrowed in the ground, so we'll go ahead and dig it out. Don't stand on the door! Ugh. We're gonna need to sweep out this sump before we can actually start putting liquid in it. We'll knock down this wall here. Put out some storage bins. Looks like we need one more storage bin for the sandstone. Oh man, look at them sweep, they're so fast. Alright, now we put the wall back. Put a bottle emptier up here. Alright, let's get the lights next for the bristle blossoms. Set this for auto bottling of water. Alright, we don't need very much water in here. Just enough to cover the polluted water. Keep it from off-gassing. Now we can build those lamps. One here. One here. Alright, now let's research those jumbo batteries. Aww! The shine bugs are hatching! They're so cute. I've only ever dug out the map once, and that was for this crazy thermos bottle suspended in a sea of magma base that I wanted to build in a Badlands map. Yeah, so I dug that one out and fed most of the granite on that map to my hatches. Really the only time I've gone big on hatches. But yeah, that was an interesting experience. Too bad I got kind of bored and gave up on it. It's gonna take forever. When I say forever, I mean this. When I lost interest in that particular playthrough, I was at cycle 3500. I'd cleaned out the map, I hadn't vacuumed it out yet, but I was in the middle of melting the frozen core and transferring it inside the thermos bottle. I still needed to vacuum out the entire space and then build a regolith melter and then fill that entire space with molten igneous rock. So yeah, my playstyle? I do weird things sometimes, and also I start to do weird things and then don't complete them. Ooh, Joya seeds or nutrient bars? Tough decision, but I think I'm gonna go with the Joya seeds. Alright, our dupes don't need to recharge the batteries until they're down to 25%. Alright, time to research the water cooler for the Great Hall. This level is going to be our barracks. Don't stand on the door! Oh. Alright, now we want to go ahead and research mess tables, also for the Great Hall. Okay. Get these beds in. Alright, putting in those mess tables. Put the water cooler here and the ration box right next to it. Oh, wait, no. I don't want to do that. Everything in the ration box will rot. So, just a water cooler and some decor. We don't need these beds anymore. Alright, so the nyctophobe is going to sleep in here. It should be cool enough for Bluffbriar. Oh, no, no, I don't want, it's not ready yet. There's no light. I don't want it. I need to switch them back. I'm not really sure why I tend to default to less dupes when it comes to my playstyle. I think I had some bad experiences early on in the game where I took on too many dupes too quickly and my colony failed spectacularly. And that just sort of taught me that, oh, you know, you should be more judicious about how many dupes you take on, especially in the early game. And that has, over time, just translated into generally taking less dupes. One time, I decided I wanted to do what I called the 4-dupe challenge on the Oasis map. And, you know, I got a fair way into that map with only 4 dupes. The problem was that towards the end, there just was simply no way to do everything that a colony needed, just 4 dupes. Especially when it came to energy production. Like, if I wanted to go with oil, I needed to relieve the pressure on the oil wells. If I wanted to go ethanol, I needed dupes to harvest the trees. So, you know, either way I was looking at it, my dupes were going to be spending all their time, you know, on energy production tasks, which would leave them with no time for anything else. So yeah, I decided that was a bad idea. I guess we'll go ahead and start researching everything we need for ranching. Alright, radiation overlay. Nothing up here. Ooh, look at those shine bugs. They're radioactive. I sort of thought it would be a variant of the shine bugs that was radioactive, not the sort of like most base version. Doesn't seem like it's a ton of radiation though. Suppose that's a good thing. They don't put out as much as Wheezeworts, that's for sure. No, he hasn't absorbed very much radiation, so that's good. Newton seems alright as well. Not bad. Einstein's good too. Mirthleaf seeds. I don't need any rust. Alright, we can go ahead and destroy this now. You know, speaking of hilarious base implosions, my very first playthrough, when I had never played Oni before, you know that little brain in the upper left-hand corner of the UI? Yeah, I didn't know what that was. I thought, well, it's a brain. It must represent intelligence or, you know, how quickly my dupes are able to process commands or something. I didn't realize until, you know, one of my dupes had their stress reaction and started destroying the entire base, and all the others were vomiting and crying, that was, no, that's not intelligence, that's stress. You don't want that value to go up. Oh yeah, I haven't researched the supercomputer yet. Yeah, no, radiation seems fine. Yeah, well, and that's good. I sort of expected them to leave behind radioactive waste in the outhouses, but that doesn't appear to be the case. So, great. Radiation from the shine bugs is not a problem. Don't need these anymore. We'll build jumbos now. Bristle Blossom is ready for harvest, so we can go ahead and get rid of that lamp. I think that one of the things I really like about the Spaced Out DLC is that the way the DLC is sort of constructed and the way that it seems like it sort of expects you to play fits in really nicely with my playstyle tendency to take fewer dupes. Like, when you're going to have to manage multiple colonies on multiple planetoids, you're not going to have large populations of dupes. You're going to have, I would assume, how I play, multiple populations, multiple smaller populations of dupes. So yeah, it just kind of dovetails very nicely with what I feel comfortable with. We'll go ahead and just dig out all the way up to the top of the starting biome. And let's be honest, my machine is a potato. I'm not really sure that it could handle running a game with large numbers of dupes. The 100 dupe challenge is just gonna have to wait until I buy my new machine, which will hopefully be fairly soon. Okay, let's place the jumbo batteries. Oh, wait, no. They're gonna run forever until that's done. Switch back. Quickly. Quickly, build those small batteries. Come on, hurry up. Finish that battery. Get it done. Come on, Newton. Faster. There we go. I'm gonna put the jumbo batteries up on the top floor. The heat tends to not transfer vertically as quickly as it does horizontally, so the heat from the batteries should kind of stay up in the ceiling. Alright, let's get started on that supercomputer. Let's put the ration box down here. It'll be in a sterile atmosphere, and so the food in it won't rot. Alright, jumbo batteries can go here up in the ceiling. I think it's sort of funny that even though I tend to take less dupes and the DLC seems geared towards that, I still find myself having to come up with tasks for the dupes that they can do, so that I don't have to hear that incredibly annoying idle notification tone. Usually I'm working on some colony, on some project on some planetoid, and I'm not really paying attention to the other colonies. You know, nobody's suffocating, nobody's starving, so no big deal. But my dupes are idle, and I don't really care that they're idle, but I don't want to hear that damn noise. So, you know, I come up with like using conveyor belts to drop stuff on the floor that they have to then deliver back to the conveyor belt and then run back and pick it up again, or using bottle emptiers and pitcher pumps so they have to endlessly cycle liquids between the two, you know, stuff like that just to keep them busy. All right, let's build that supercomputer. All right, let's research the apothecary. Want to make sure that they stay on top of their latrine cleaning duties, as well as keeping the water cooler full. All right, let's get the food transferred from up top to down below. It'd be cool enough for Bluff Briar, and of course, Joyo seeds don't care about the temperature. I don't want the dupes eating anything that I might be able to cook into better food. I guess I'm getting some dirt. Dupe with rocketry is somewhat intriguing, but I still don't want to support a larger population. Put all our seeds in here going forward, as well as eggshells. Right, let's search that duplicate sensor. Need these batteries anymore. In my swamp cluster playthrough that I'm streaming on Twitch, I have an enormous amount of salt, like hundreds of tons, because I'm on cycle 1200 and I've been getting my oxygen supply from a cold brine geyser. So yeah, tons of salt. And so my current time waster is I make the dupes make table salt. Generates sand, generates table salt, which gives you that little tiny morale boost, but you know, every little bit helps. But most importantly, yeah, no idle notification. My other colonies on the other planetoids don't need a time waster. Okay, we'll build that apothecary right here. So yeah, you know, in a nutshell, that's my playstyle. I tend to build small, I tend to build lean, but sometimes I try to build some crazy, grandiose shit, and yeah, it usually blows up in my face. But that's the fun of the game, right? Like, you know, you try to build things and it blows up, and then you build more things and it blows up again. You know, hopefully no duplicates are harmed in the process. Alright, I only want to autosave once every 10 cycles, not every cycle. Alright, time to rush insulated tiles. Go ahead and queue up some curative tablets. We won't have to worry about food poisoning anymore. Alright, don't need this lamp anymore, now that the last bristle blossom has been harvested. The salt water will be useful for filling up steam rooms and making liquid locks. Alright, let's build an electric grill so we can start cooking that higher morale food when it's available. Well, hey, thank you so much for watching episode 2 of Hypernovae Outpost Gamma. I love this game. I love making videos about this game, and I hope you love watching my video as much as I love making it. The format is continuing to evolve. I'm realizing that I may have made a bit of a strategic error when I recorded about 800 cycles of video game footage without recording any simultaneous voiceovers. So now I'm having to go back and do the voiceovers after the fact. Yeah, it's hard. I'm surprised at how hard it is. People like Francis John and Brothgar, man, they make this stuff look easy. It is not easy. Maybe it's easy for them, but it's certainly not easy for me. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. And just a quick plug, I stream on Twitch. I stream my Swamp Cluster playthrough on Twitch, minimum of 2 days a week on Monday and Thursday evenings, kind of around somewhere between 5 and 8 p.m. Pacific time. Kind of depends on my schedule. And I often stream on other days as well, but those are not guaranteed.